Welcome to the City Boy Podcast, straight out of Austin. This is where we give you our takes in the latest in sports and music. I'm your boy Jamir Gahart. I'm here, as always, with my boy Moon Man Ed.
Yes, sir.
And we got another member of our City Boy group. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What it do, 512, it's your boy Tay, one of the hottest rappers in the city. And I'm here with live today on the City Boyz Podcast. First one, first of many. You dig?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm excited for this episode. We got some fun stuff to talk about, and we got some real stuff to talk about. So let's get straight to it. Let's first recap this last weekend in the NFL playoffs.
So let's just start off by talking about the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs ended up beating the Baltimore Ravens. And like I said last week, Baltimore on paper is the best team, but the Kansas City Chiefs are still the team to beat, and they proved it.
Yeah. The Chiefs got the best quarterback in the NFL,
right?
Point blank, period. There's nobody in comparison.
No argument.
And they had a player who showed out in a big game against another great quarterback,
right?
Who is probably in the top 5. That, you know what I'm saying? That's a tight list. Not a lot of niggas go in the top 5.
What do you mean by that, bitch?
Yeah, anyway. But I was disappointed in the Baltimore Ravens losing. I really wanted Lamar Jackson, especially because he a brother playing the quarterback position. I wanted him to get up there and get him a ring.
Yeah.
Because I don't classify Patrick Mahomes as no brother, man. I just don't. What you think?
I mean, it is what it is. Like, give it to him. Like, you know. I feel you, though. I feel why you would say that. But, you know, put some respect on that man's name.
Yeah, he is Patrick Mahomes, but he not really black. Like, his daddy dark as hell, but he not really black. But anyway, to stay on top on the actual play of the game, the Chiefs did what the Chiefs do.
Yep.
Got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce connecting, going crazy. But I was surprised Lamar Jackson just didn't show up for the moment. Like,
I feel like they kind of limited him, man. Like, they weren't letting him scramble. He only scrambled when he needed to.
Like, somebody made a point. They said that he never really been a runner, like a scrambler. He's always been a runner within the system of the offense, like a RPO or like a read option kind of runner.
Right.
And like, I saw a clip earlier today on Instagram with Odell Beckham telling him, like,
you gotta do
hey,
something. Yeah,
scramble, like run around. When you run, you change the whole game. But this man was like, he wasn't doing it enough.
I mean, the biggest thing that we've talked about over the years, and I think everybody has, can he overcome the hump? Mm-hmm. And in a position like this, he didn't. And I hate to say narratives because he is a talented quarterback, top 5 in the NFL. But man, like, he did what he had to do, bro. But at the same time, he didn't do enough to put over Baltimore against Kansas City.
Yeah,
it's sad. I hate to say
watching that game, I just felt a lot of frustration from them. Like, they was just like, shit wasn't going their way, and they was just not being themselves, bro. Like, defense, all of it. They just was not themselves.
You
like,
hit it right on the head. Like,
fell apart.
In those kind of games, you tend to lose your cool and you lose sight of your discipline, and throughout that whole game.
So if Patrick Mahomes go on to win this Super Bowl, is he the GOAT? Is he the GOAT?
He will be on GOAT tier. He will be. He's already on that trajectory.
That would be what, ring number 3?
Yep.
In like a 5-6 year span. Like, that's crazy.
You can't argue that. What you think, Tay?
I mean, I agree, man. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and he locking it in. So, next up,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Man. Yeah. Well, diving into the NFC Championship game, we had the Lions versus the 49ers.
Right.
Go ahead, Edwin.
Well, all I'm going to say is this. They had us in the first half, I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. They did.
bad.
But the thing is, man, look, I can brag about how the Niners did their thing and they pulled off the win. But this is really all about Dan Campbell kind of choking the game away, man. You can't be gambling too much against a team like the 49ers because we will make you pay. And it's not like I feel like he made the right calls. Receivers were dropping passes. Jared Goff was kind of shaky too sometimes. So like
Jared Goff, to me, I think he played outstanding. I think he played great. I think he was the best quarterback in that game. I think he played amazing, and the play calls, like the decisions the coach made to go for it on fourth and goal several times.
Right.
And that's just the coach decision. But like even on the 4th and 2 on the money, and then like they was just flowing and they hit a rough patch. They hit the 49ers defense, which is known for making turnovers and making big plays.
Right.
And that changed the tide real quick on them.
I just feel like eventually in the game, the moment when they needed to make plays, the moment was too big for them. Because those were easy catches. Like Reynolds and, the St. Brown one too. Those were easy catches. But, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the moment was too big for them. But to end it on a good note, my 49ers won a 17-point comeback. We're off to the Super Bowl. This will be the rematch. Super Bowl 58 will be a rematch of the Super Bowl a couple of years ago when we had Jimmy G. Sorry ass.
Jimmy G made it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that year, yeah.
Wow.
Sorry ass. Yeah,
he's sorry? He took you to the Super Bowl. That's ungrateful. He took you to the Super Bowl now. You're being ungrateful now.
No, it's not that I'm being ungrateful, but like he don't make plays Brock makes.
What?
Yeah.
I think Jimmy G and Brock Purdy go hand in hand.
I don't think
If you think about it, last year, Jimmy G was 8-4 with the 49ers. He threw 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Before he got hurt, they were on pace to do the same shit with Jimmy G.
But the thing is, Jimmy G, look, last year, I don't even have to say much, but last year, when we played the Denver Broncos, this man had a safety because he stepped on the fucking out of bound line on the fucking touchback. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit like that.
I was winning. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but we were losing. We were winning barely. Barely. You know what I'm saying?
But he was doing that before CMC got there. Now just imagine Jimmy G with the CMC. CMC has been.
Do I have to remind you what happened when CMC got there? The week he got there, we faced the Chiefs, and how we do?
That's the first game.
Yeah, but who was quarterback?
Jimmy G, but that's his first game.
No excuse, right? You're putting Jimmy G as
he was 8-4. He was a winning record.
I'm just saying that was against shit teams. We weren't playing the best that week. CMC got there. We played the Chiefs.
4 interceptions in what?
Statistically, that's good.
Game span.
Statistically, that's good.
He was gonna do great.
And we might have to stat check that, but I don't think he got hurt like in the 10th game. I think he got hurt earlier than that. But
I think he played.
But like I said, like Brock Purdy is doing great things for us. For a 7th round pick, you can't be asking for anything better than what he's playing.
Yeah. He's definitely playing good,
surpassing expectations.
Yes.
Definitely. And that's all I wanted. All I wanted was a QB that could scramble. I wanted that with Trey Lance. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But at least I have Brock Purdy to rely on.
So who is the key player? Who is the star of y'all?
Look, I'm gonna give props where it's due. The offense doesn't do well if CMC doesn't get going.
Yeah, he is the.
That's the number one choice.
He averages like almost 5 yards a carry.
I'm gone. Yeah,
he is the reason.
Definitely, he is the team MVP.
To that man.
He is the team MVP. Yes. And Brock Purdy will probably be top 5 after that.
No, Brock Purdy, he can't even be up there.
Why?
Because he wins. He's winning.
He's winning. Yeah,
he's winning. Of course. But we got to see how he's winning. Like, let's start at the postseason, all right? The postseason against the Packers. Right. He threw 1 touchdown pass.
Right.
1.
Right.
He benefited because Jordan Love turned over the ball twice. And guess who scored the other touchdowns? CMC. 17 carries, 97 yards, averaged 5 yards per carry that game. That means somebody was literally carrying a lot of weight. And this nigga just benefited off of it. You know what I'm saying?
So, out of those 2 interceptions that Jordan Love had, one of them was after they had scored. Okay? So,
and it was like are you talking about the game determining one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was moving the ball.
Right.
The Packers was moving the ball the whole game. So, like, if he doesn't throw that pick, you don't think they're going to at least tie it up or do something?
Of course they will, but, they sealed it with that, right? Yeah. But all I'm saying is before that interception, Brock led a drive for CMC to score. Right, definitely. Now, he didn't turn over the ball. He took care of it. And like I said,
that's good. That's what I'm saying. That's game management type shit.
Okay.
You're just not turning over the ball. You're not doing nothing extra.
You just
not turning over the ball. But guess what? Guess what happened the next game? Guess what Brock Purdy did? Looked like complete dog shit in the first half. He turned over the ball in the first quarter. And in the second quarter, let's just be real. That's another pick if Brandon Ayuk doesn't catch that ball. So that's 2 interceptions. That's not all-star elite quarterback decision-making in the playoffs. Also, he benefits again from a defense who caused a big-time turnover and set up a short yardage touchdown. And guess who also carried the team on his back? CMC, 2 touchdowns, 20 carries for 90 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. That's almost 5 yards per carry. In that history of people doing that, that's always a winning recipe.
And all I'm gonna say to that is, what's wrong with that?
I'm just saying
he's just taking advantage of the situation that he gets.
But yeah, exactly.
Right.
But the question that's gonna have to be answered one day in his career, why everybody stop riding his dick, is can he do it with less? Because right now you got a whole lot. Did you know that he has 3 receivers that are in the top 10 of yards after the catch?
Yeah, I told you that last week.
After the catch.
Yeah, I told you that last week.
So he throw passes from short to medium range,
right.
And these niggas take it 20 plus yards. So that means his stats when we look at passing yards are inflated by these niggas.
Right.
They catching and getting the yards.
Yeah,
he really probably threw for 120, 150.
Right.
So he not doing nothing special.
Yeah, but like, what are you supposed to do? They're playmakers.
Yeah, I mean, they doing what they supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't fault him for the team doing what they are supposed to do.
He shouldn't also be praised for what they doing.
He's getting praised because he was Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he even made it out of fucking off-season training camp, that's a dub.
Exactly, and I'm happy for him for that.
Right, yeah.
But Ryan Clark, ESPN analyst, had the nerve to say that he separated himself from Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, and Justin Herbert. Hell no. He don't even got the talent to compare with these dudes.
But the thing is, you don't want to know what the major differences between Brock and them? He wins.
And guess, just to put them on them rosters, is he going to win?
I don't know.
If you put him on them same teams, like you put Dak Prescott on that team, you don't think he's gonna eat?
I mean, maybe we can put it on Madden and we'll see what it says. We can simulate it.
Man, hey.
But I live in real life.
Look, just to compare his number with Dak Prescott, since people want to compare their name so much. In 2021, the last time Dak Prescott had a running back that was actually good, 1,000-yard rusher, Ezekiel Elliott. Guess what the Cowboys' record was? 12-5. That sounds familiar, right?
Yeah.
But guess what Dak Prescott's number was?
What?
44,000 yards passing,
100.
37 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Now let's look at Brock Purdy's 42,000 passing yards, 31 passing touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Now let's go back to this year. What Dak Prescott did this year we agree that he didn't have no rushing offense.
Right.
And he had a horrible rushing defense.
Definitely.
His numbers look damn near identical. He still do the same shit with a worse team. Now, when Brock Purdy does that, he gets my approval.
But the thing I remember about 2021, the Niners eliminated y'all.
Yeah.
So but stats don't matter though, because you look. Peyton Manning had the yards for years.
Yeah.
Right. He always lost to Brady until 2006. He overcame the hump.
Okay.
It was a long time. It was like damn near 9 years before he actually got there.
But was he always considered elite during this period?
He was.
Yes.
But when it came down to the postseason, he was not considered that. Remember, he was always throwing picks. He was always kind of basically choking until in 06 he beat Brady. He beat Rivers, and then he beat Brady.
If you arguably is being bailed out, it's not that he's not being in the position to choke. He has it. It's so easy. It's
just like what do you want him to do?
Well, do you think he's gonna need to show what he really can do in the Super Bowl, or can the team still carry it?
I feel like if we head to Super Bowl predictions, I think this is where it all stops. I think
he got to show up.
Patrick Mahomes. I was one of them dudes that bet against him every time he went to the Super Bowl. I'm not doing that no more. Because he's every single time.
Why, yeah.
Every single time, what the fuck does he do?
Right.
He wins. I bet it against him against Josh Allen's in the playoff. He showed up. Bet against him against Lamar Jackson. Showed up. Each time, he arguably had the worst team. How the fuck he pulling this off? Why wouldn't he pull this off against 49ers? It's nothing to be scared against. The last 2 playoffs games, y'all gave up hella rushing yards. So we can move the ball on you. I'm Patrick Mahomes. I can make all kind of throws.
Right.
But the difference is my defense is stopping the run. The Chiefs have been stopping the run in the playoffs. So they finna stop this shit. This is the only thing that make y'all good is
Cut
CMC.
them off with the legs, huh?
And then that's over. Then you're going to have to see what we see in the first half of the Lions game.
So
Overthrow, short throw, Brock Purdy ass. That's what we going to expose. But instead, Patrick Mahomes is not going to blow the lead because they've been there, done that. They didn't already won it. Detroit Lions, that was their first time being there. So I'm not surprised that they choked because it's new to them. Niggas that's been there, they're not having that. They're not having that, bro.
So since
They're not having that.
So since Kyle Shanahan took over the regime in San Francisco, and the times we faced Patrick Mahomes, regular season and in postseason, we've pretty much lost all of them. The Super Bowl, and then that season we was talking about earlier with Jimmy G as quarterback and shit. They're on a mission, man. I trust the boys. We have to get this done.
That's your team.
We have to get this done. And you know, I feel like Brock has played an excellent year this year. He literally broke the franchise record for passing yards. He passed Steve Young. That counts for something to me.
He passed Steve Young, and so
This season.
so
Steve Young.
you're not in unfamiliar territory.
But Steve Young's the GOAT.
Jimmy G took you here, so I'm not. It's not new.
So when my Niners.
So what's the difference? What's the difference between Jimmy G and Brock Purdy being?
Brock Purdy can run. He can make plays.
Okay.
Jimmy G, you run, tore ACL or high ankle sprain all the time.
Okay.
That's the thing. That's why I hated that man so much. Even though he was a good-looking guy, he just couldn't get the job done, okay? That's the difference. This guy can actually make plays.
Jimmy G got a ring though.
2.
That's what I'm saying. Though.
I mean,
Brock about to get his too. You know,
Brock's gonna get his.
Brock not gonna get this.
He's gonna get it, bro.
I guess we gonna see.
We gonna have to see, but he's not gonna get it. And if he definitely get Super Bowl MVP. If they do win, shouldn't even look his way because there's so many other factors that go into him winning. Like the MVP of the last game, if it's not going to CMC or whoever caused the fumble on defense, then that it's no talk about Brock Purdy. He didn't deserve it. He threw a pick. He turned over the ball in the first half, and he almost turned it over again. Man, that's bad decision making. I don't give a fuck about no efficiency rating or how good he is as a game management. That was bad decisions, and you get praised for it. Let's use our eyes now and look at this man and tell the truth. He is not that good.
I mean, look, you can say whatever you want. The man has wins.
All right, congratulations.
He's wins. Wins is all that matters to me, and we're gonna win the big one. Point blank.
See.
Who y'all got winning the Super Bowl? And give me a score. Tell you got it.
Honestly, man, I think Brock and them boys gonna take that thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be close. But yeah, I think Brock gonna take that thing, man. He gonna surprise you for sure. You know,
The man is there. We need this. We need this for Trent Williams. We need this for everybody. Can't let what happened in 2019 happen again. Niners are gonna win. 35-28.
I got you. I got the Chiefs. I got Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP. I got scored 31-17.
Fair enough. What's up, guys? Here at the City Boy Podcast, we're all about helping and supporting small business, which leads me to today's sponsor. You think you need a sparkle at your home or office? Go ahead and hit up our friends at R&D Cleaning Services. These guys are pro. For the last 16 years, this family-owned business has been keeping Texas homes, commercial buildings, residential buildings, all kinds of buildings clean and spotless. They're basically known for their strip, floor, and waxing. So go ahead and give them a call right now. They're giving free estimates. And on top of that, you will get a 10% off by signing up with them. And also, if you refer to them a friend or a family member, not only does that person get a 10% off coupon, but also for referring them, you will get a free month of service. So go ahead and reach out to them at 737-243-2050 or 737-256-1893. R&D Cleaning Services. They got the shine that you need.
Closing out the first month of 2024, January 31st. How has 2024 been coming along for y'all so far?
I say for me, it has been a lot of personal growth, a lot of inner work going on, man, and it's bringing forth a lot of movement. So it's going pretty good for me. And if I keep the momentum, man, it's going to be a great year.
You know, I kind of set up some goals to accomplish this year, some big goals. And, you know, being here, it was just a vision a couple of months ago, bro. And, you know what I'm saying, we're doing something great here. And just the start of it here, it's we're building something special here. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I'd say I've been invested in a lot of stuff, bro. Like myself, and I'm talking about all realms of myself.
Yeah.
You know, physical, mental, spiritual. Like I'm connected with myself and just trying to grow in all them aspects. So far, so good. Like this first month,
Definitely.
it's just been going up, and I can't really see the road ahead, but I feel like I'm going the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's easy to lose track of your goals. Like,
Shit gets in the way. Like, I think one thing for me that's kind of my version of staying disciplined on making sure my shit gets done is just basically my mom checks me. I told her what my goals were this year, and she's like, you doing good? Are you waking up at 4 to go to the gym? Are you making sure you're kind of like stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something new? You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I wanted to do this year was kind of just step out of what I usually do on a daily basis and do something new, something fresh, bring in something new to my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a lot of the inner work that I was talking about. It's like, and I remember you going on your whole thing too, on trying to step out of that comfort zone, and you know that's where them accountability partners come in. And,
Definitely.
And shout out to everybody who's in this room, and even everybody else on the team. Man, it's like all of us together with even doing this and just making all those moves together, and you know being checks for each other.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
no, facts. Like, your support group is major.
Definitely.
People
man.
around you is major.
Definitely, man.
Like them, the ones that's gonna, like we both, like y'all said, gonna keep you accountable, gonna keep you heading the right direction.
Yes, sir.
That's not gonna let you get distracted, bro.
Right.
We all need them support groups. That's
Definitely.
because some
Make
people
sure
don't have them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll fall down the ladder over and over again trying to climb that bitch and not
Definitely.
understand why they
What's up,
stuck.
yeah.
This is because you don't got the right people around you, or you have no people around you, and you think you can just do that shit yourself.
Yeah.
That's not always the case.
But also one of the things about like kind of growing up is also recognizing what's good for you and what ain't. You know what I'm saying? You were talking about, you know, your inner circle is kind of like, you know, what motivates you and what keeps you around, right? Good vibes, good energy, right?
Yeah.
But you also, another thing about growing up is realizing like some people ain't really there for you, or some people don't really have the best intentions or the best vibes. You know what I'm saying?
All in all, it's what's helping you versus what's hindering you.
Exactly.
And you gotta look at everything you got going on and start separating.
Yes, sir.
And it could be even with your family. That's the sad
Yeah,
thing.
that is true, bro.
Because I learned that as a young, when I was in college, I had to learn that. I was like, man, if I want to thrive, get through this shit, and get to the next level in my life, then I got to set some of that shit aside.
Yep.
Because that ain't helping me grow. That's not going to help me get to where I need to be. I can't get back and help y'all niggas to help my family, be there for them if I don't got it. Like, if I'm just helping you while we on the same level, we stuck at that level.
Yeah.
Like, I'm be stuck there with you.
I broke it down to, I'm a big analogy person, so I broke it down to him. I had this conversation with him.
Yeah.
I broke it down to him like, I got my boat. I can't keep giving you wood from my shit Cause it's gonna sink, and if my shit sink, I can't go to yours. Cause yours for sure gonna sink. That's why mine built for you to come here.
Yep.
So if I'm fucking up mine, we all asked out. If you fuck up yours, at least you got a guaranteed boat to come to.
Exactly.
So I gotta secure my boat. I'm sorry, you know.
Yeah. Just furthering that aspect, like 2024, what struggles, like have y'all ran into any struggles, any obstacles that's in the way of you achieving them long-term goals or your short-term, any goal, you know what I'm saying?
Man, it's been for real me versus me. Like that's my only battle. That's where all that inner work came from, man. Just knowing who I am and what I can do and stepping up to the plate. You know, and I had to kind of, I ain't gonna say trick myself, but once I throw myself in position, because my word means everything. If I put my name on something or my word on something, I have to do it. Point blank, period. So what I do is I wouldn't put my name on it if I couldn't guarantee that I can do it.
Right.
But how I'm changing my mind now is I'm going to put my name on it, and I have to level up to do it. And that's going to throw me out there to do it because I said I was going to do it.
Right.
Now, I ain't taking like the Russ mindset, you know, how he like, oh, I'm going to win this, I'm going to do that, you know.
Because even you bringing up Russ, you seen that's kind of capped off for him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's probably what's holding him back from even expanding even larger because he's so me, I'm going to do this by myself. He need to get over that and really, you know what I'm saying?
I think for me, one of the biggest challenges coming into the new year is kind of like balancing personal life, work life, and even school life because I'm going to go back to school eventually. And on top of all that, cutting out the negatives and focusing more on the positives too. Over the last year or so, I've been slowly cutting off negative vibes, negative things that surround me. And it's still a work in progress. It still is. But I feel like this year, compared to like the previous years, I feel like I've been moving up quite a bit. And honestly, I feel really good. Like I haven't felt this good in a minute. And it's all thanks because I got good vibes around me. I got good energy around me. And
one thing about that growth shit is like it's always a work in progress.
Yes.
Like there's no end road to this. No, you're gonna continue to grow, and hopefully everybody around you is continuing as well. And that's how some people fall off.
Yeah.
You know, you grow too big for some people. Some people can't keep up. Some people can't catch up. Some people envy. I'm gonna keep moving.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
It's not a fact. Nah, struggles for me, I've always been one to know what I need to do, and I ain't trying to sound like big headed or know it all. I know what I need to do. I guess I never really understood or found out how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like lately, I have reached out and used resources I never used before, whether that's people, whether that's internet, books, to get that knowledge I need to know how to make the change I know I need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, for example, one of the biggest things I struggled with for the longest was not going to the gym. It was eating right consistently and understanding why, understanding how.
Right.
And now I understand that. So now I'm making the right decisions, like training my mind and my body to adapt to what I need to know how to do. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
That makes sense. So it's like,
That's one thing though that I applaud you about, because you've shown, I mean, you two, both of y'all, is finding the answers. You feel me? Because a lot of people have that mindset of, I know what I need to do, but I don't know how I'm supposed to do it. And a lot of people stop there.
Right.
You feel me? Unless you kind of know, okay, I know what I need to do. I know it's going to take a good minute, and now I'm just working on the process. Eventually I'll get there type of thing. But when you don't know what that is, like, to find it is the next step, you know?
Exactly.
And y'all do that. Like, this is a question mark. Let's figure that shit out. Whatever I got to do, reach out, outsource, research, whatever.
Like
it take a lot of pride. It takes a lot of swallowing your pride to actually do that. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing. It It takes you to say to yourself that I ain't the only one that can do it for me type
Exactly.
shit. That's a big thing. It's a big, especially
for
as
sure.
dudes. Like
Yeah.
dudes, we too prideful, bro. We look at each other, and if another nigga getting helped by somebody else, we looking down upon them, bro. We should be applauding buddy because he
Exactly.
reached out and got help.
So like one of my biggest icks, because when I was running my construction business, obviously not everybody wants to stay afloat, right? They want to move up and make their own thing, right? I had some of my workers come up to me like, hey, so like, how'd you get started? Or like, where do I go to kind of like do my own thing? And instead of being like, nah, you're going to stay here and keep working for me. Yeah. I kind of just educated them like, look, this is the process that I went to start the LLC. You network, you spread your name around. Like I got blessed and a couple of companies took a chance on me and now we're working on these buildings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you put them on. When I sold the company, those same guys that were there, I put them in with the guy who sold them, and now they're out their own bosses and they're doing their own things and they're teaching, their peoples how to get on too. So like, it's not what you don't do; it's what you kind of have to do it, in my opinion. Because I want to see everybody make it. That's my mentality. Like,
not
you know what I'm saying?
everybody got that mindset, and I believe that's what we all should. If we all had that mindset, bro, it's no limit to where we can be.
And not even to make it a spiritual thing, but it says a spiritual text that like you give and you give from your heart.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that back times 10.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like people need to give more often.
They do, bro.
Like brothers need to help brothers out more often, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, one thing though I learned when it comes to that specific topic is the cycle that has to change, right? So you as that young kid ain't have shit, felt like the world is against you, nobody want to reach out and help. So then you take that mindset of I'm gonna get it out the mud. You feel we all heard that.
Yeah.
So you get it out the mud and you become what you become, and then you still have that bitterness of ain't nobody help me, so I ain't helping.
Right.
So now that person you just canceled on helping got that same stiff arm that you got, and now he finna go get it out the mud, and the cycle is finna continue.
Yeah, man.
But you gotta change that to be like, man, now I know what it's like to be stiff arm like that, so I'm going to help.
We talking about all these topics, people getting help, people's goals for 2024. What are y'all getting vibe-wise from the people y'all know in Austin, other than us, of course? Like, what are y'all like hearing is everybody's overall goal, like everybody's overall struggle?
Man, people are just trying to survive, man. Like, not trying to talk down on my city, but the fact is, Austin's not cheap to live here, bro. It's quite expensive, financial burdens on people. That's kind of leading to like work-related stress and just a bunch of effects on the mental health for people. It's cool to look at the positives here. Like, this is a great city. There is a good vibe around here. But man, living here, it can be a bitch sometimes. And that's just the reality of things right now.
Yeah. And I think it's a conflict in the way we see Austin, because a lot has changed from Austin we being in Austin it is now.
Yeah, man, exactly.
And the way that people even perceive Austin to the route that it's going, like it's just a conflict and all of that. Every time I go out to another city, or even just being here, when people hear that I am an Austin native, they like, what? You're still here? And I just never understood. Like, what you mean I'm still here? Yeah, I love my city. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man.
But a lot of people leave and a lot of new motherfuckers coming in. And
I see a lot of, like, struggling. Like I said, I'm growing in all these aspects of my life. I see a lot of people struggling, like, with their mental, with their spirit, and with, just their physical. But it all stems down with their financial. Like, everybody not satisfied financially. They all struggling there financially. And, the economy ain't really shit right now. It's tough. And especially when you're living in Austin, the cost is up there.
Crazy.
And people is just, like you said, people just trying to survive. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear more crazy stories of niggas taking a risk, trying to survive, you know, trying to make a move, money move, trying to grow, trying to do whatever.
But with that, man, I mean, I think maybe it stemmed financially too, but like a lot of people just lost. We talked about that plenty of times, you know, from the people we seen growing up, grew up in high school, or kids down the street. Like, you see them now, like, they just lost. You know, they ain't got no sense of direction. They just walking that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that's when you, sometimes when I ask people around the city, I'll be like, what you on, like what you been up to, they be like, man, I'm just making it. And then like when you try to go in depth with them and be like, hey, what you trying to do, like what you,
like
they
what's
don't know, they be
yeah.
like, man, I don't even.
You know,
even know.
sometimes life can get the best of us. A lot of the times people deal with like they rather just go at it alone, and they resort to being just lonely, man. They tend to go ghost and be low key because they have demons, they have shit that they're going through. But that's everybody, bro. Like we're all dealing with, you know, shit all the time. It's a thing. I think it's very important to realize that like a good support group will be there for you and help you out as much as they can. But you also have to realize that you're just not alone, man. We're all going through shit. And a lot of the things that like I've heard from people that like I know that are just surviving, man, is just one thing after another, man. L after L. But even then in that situation, you can take as many L's as you can, but you just can't give up. You gotta keep going.
That's the thing that I'm talking about as far as like the lost kind of mentality, because even if it stems from the survival mentality, that shouldn't stop the mission. You feel me? Like if you're doing what you're doing right now to survive and just make ends meet or whatever, then you got to figure out how to get out of this to still keep the mission going. Definitely. Instead of just sitting here doing this day to day. I work with some people where I'm here not for the same reason you're here. I'm here as a stepping stone. This is just something I need to do to get to the next level.
Definitely.
You're here.
You're here. Like you're content here.
You're here, and I don't like that. We can't.
I tell people all the time, bro. I could never be content. I don't think they truly understand that.
Yeah.
Like I know people like they just like today at work. I ain't gonna name nobody, of course, but today at work, people just talking about I'm just working, taking care of my kids, and that's just life.
That shit hurt to hear.
And I'm just like, why stop there?
Yeah.
Like, all right, you just named 3 good things. Check, check, check. You working, you taking care of your kids. Now, like, what else could you do? Like, don't stop there. Don't be satisfied there. Don't be content there. Don't think all your time is taken up. Like, there's always adjustments you can make to make yourself better to hit that next level. Like, people just be content. And if they don't hit the lottery or don't roll their way, they not going nowhere. And that shouldn't be it. You make your own lottery. You make that. If you want a door to open, you go open that bitch. You don't need nobody to give it to you. Exactly. Go open that motherfucker.
I think everyone's just scared kind of scared of life changes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially nowadays with the life changes.
Like a lot of times when you do a life change, you may fly or you may just go down, bro.
But that's part of it, though.
It is.
On top of it, like you want to roll the dice and possibly luck up.
Exactly.
You want to not roll it all and stay where you at.
Like I've rolled the dice plenty of times, and I've lost more than one. But the thing is, when I hit rock bottom, I look myself in the mirror, and I just tell myself, "What can you be better at? What can we change?"
That's taught, though. That has to be taught. You don't just
it come from where you come from.
Yeah, you don't just have that.
Because, like I said, you know,
it's just stuck that way. Since you bring that up, that's like in you already.
Yeah,
you come from where you back from. Can that change? Can you change that part in you that's giving up, or that's just satisfied?
I mean, sometimes life can do that to you. I got a close friend who's been dealing with a lot of health and just like life. I mean, family members passing, you know, his health is looking bad. I mean, he cannot get a win. So with that mindset of the optimism and all of this and trying to get it, when life is just punching on you like that, I think it can change the course, man. Cause it's like, well, what am I having optimism about?
That's your perspective. That's when people be like that corny phrase like, your perspective is your reality. Is how all them situations that happen to you, them gut punches, is how you look at them. Is they not really knocking me down, or is they teaching me a lesson, bro? Like you brought up your homie had a passing. I had a passing with my uncle, and people, I grieved with it. I was sad about it, but you know what hurt me the most? What may really registered in my mind? My uncle was working so hard to make ends meet and help people. He was working hard, but he was working too hard. So you know what I learned, the lessons I took from that, I can't work that hard because I want to live as long as help as many people as I possibly can. I can't get taken out unexpectedly because I'm just pushing too hard.
Yeah, which is kind of, you're talking about the balance that you're looking for.
And that hits home because, like, my parents immigrated here. I was born in Mexico, and seeing my dad and my mom just work endlessly crazy hours just to provide for me, you know what I'm saying? Just for me to be here right now, and it hits home, man. Like, that's something I did tell myself is like, I don't want to struggle like they did. I want to make it better.
That goes back to what I'm saying about having that mindset of what you've been through, saying I know what that feels like so much that I refuse to let that happen. That's a crossroads that people run into. Either they do exactly what was done to them, or they say I know what that feels like and I will never do that.
Definitely.
Hey man, let's lighten up the mood, man. We got a little deep right there. What is the culture of music in our city, bro? Like, other than like local artists, like why we ain't had no artists that really just took off? Like why we don't got no superstars from our city?
This is the way that I see it, man. Austin, what I tell everybody who don't know anything about Austin has a little bit of everything. You feel me? We're not the top in none of those categories, but we have all of them. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing that we are the powerhouse in is the music, but we are the live music capital of the world. That is instrument. The people. If you play an instrument, you're in here. Yeah. That doesn't really necessarily correlate to like the artists, the hip hop, the rap, all of that.
Exactly.
We got the big Houston and Dallas and them. They kind of they killing us in that. Yeah. So we get overlooked in that situation. So that's why we're not taking off in that aspect. But live music is there.
South by Southwest, since I ain't trying to bring it up again. We talked about it every damn week. But about South by Southwest, like that's a big music event that brings in that other shit that's not live music.
So just to write off of what Tay was saying. So here in Austin, there's a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of just country, hip hop, fucking reggaeton. You feel me? Live playing all the time. You know what I'm saying? The issue with the live perspective here in Austin is that every venue has a live show. So it's up to the people to do their homework to basically check it out and go see whoever they want to go see. But also that depends on the venue because some venues are live, like the Parish, Mohawk. You know what I'm saying? There are venues that are like people like that they just be going there just to vibe, and then there's a live show. Oh, bet, who was playing? And they sound pretty good, you feel me? And then they get exposed like that. So it just has to do with the venue. Like I said, I fuck with the Parish. Parish was like one of my first places that I went to that, I recognized and everything was cool. And same thing with Mohawk. So like, it has to do with the venue as well. So like pretty much your first time, that's the place you're going to keep going back to.
But when you see all those places, like it's bands. You know what I mean? Things like that. That's what I'm saying. So as far as any
artists that like, do we lack in talent? Like I ain't no hit on you or nothing. Do we lack in talent? Like we even got fucking Khalid pop from goddamn
El Paso.
We got I think Brockhampton. I might be wrong. I think Brockhampton is Texas based, and they pop from like San Marcos or something.
I mean, someone that popped here lately, Black Pumas. You know what I'm saying? They popped here.
Also a band, right?
Exactly, they're a band.
That's what I'm saying. Like that type of music.
So do we have like other than them? Do we have like a band, like multiple bands that we can name drop? Like, oh, they from Austin.
I mean, I can name you. This is just the alternative me talking, but Fastball. Y'all don't know probably who they are, but they were an alternative group from like the mid 2000s. They were kind of live, But other than that, man, we really don't. I mean, with the exception of like, I mean, let's be real. The main person that everyone knows here is Willie Nelson, and he's all country. That's facts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But other artists that have come from here, like, I don't know if y'all know Eric Johnson, but Eric Johnson is like a really good guitar guy. Yeah. He did Cliffs of Dover, Trademark, Desert Rose. So like, and also Stevie Ray Vaughan too. He's from here, or my bad, not Stevie Ray Vaughan. His son or somebody like that. But they're from this area. But as far as like, you know, lately, it's low-key lacking.
Maybe because I'm in the hip hop world, but I'm thinking about megastars. Like Atlanta got Young Thug, Migos, Outkast, megastars. LA got rest in peace Tupac, but then you got Kendrick Lamar. You got names. New York, list go forever.
Right.
Like, them is like dudes is popping off from it.
Right.
Dudes pop, like when I say pop off from there, they pop off like bank accounts.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that type of like recruitment going on here. Like people not really. It's more of just that chill vibe. Like
it is, bro.
Locking in on that. Ain't nobody really out here showcasing like that. You know what I'm saying?
You would think because we growing so much, so many people moving in here from all over the walks. Like when is somebody going
for that? They ain't moving for that.
When is somebody gonna plant their foot here and be like, "Hey, I'm looking for all the talent in the ATX. Come record. Let's do something."
Hey, I'm calling it right here. I will be the first. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
We in here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We in there.
I mean, Tay, and I mean, in my opinion, he is the best rapper in Austin. Like he brings something different that other people don't.
That's very true. This I don't think we have like a Austin sound. I mean, I don't even think we really even got a Texas sound.
I mean, we don't really have anything here, bro.
Yeah, see, I mean, Houston got Houston sound. You know what I mean? And that's what they would. Yeah, that's what they would say. But Big X the Plug actually lived in Austin too. I don't know if y'all seen that. Yeah, on this plug talk. On this plug talk. Oh man.
Big X the Plug, upcoming freshman class. Shout out to him.
Is he from here?
Yeah. No, he
from Texas.
Here. Yeah. But I learned a lot of these big name guys who have said they stayed here. They pretty much got into some shit where they was and ducked off here. You know, so they were just here and passing, but they didn't blow up here. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I mean, I'm not trying to say, I mean, it is possible to blow up from here, but the thing is, there's just so much. Austin is difficult to categorize because we're just weird and different, bro. Like, you know, like there, you got bands, you got rock, heavy metal, and then.
So what would need to change?
This is what I think, right? Because even Houston, Dallas, all them, as Texas in general, we are just we don't care what's going on outside of
we do
Texas,
our own shit,
right? So people are content with being neighborhood famous. You feel me? Everybody around here know me. That's all I care about. Ain't nobody doing that out there because they don't care. They don't understand what we got going on, and we don't care if they understand it. That mindset needs to change for that transition to happen. And Texas is just like that. I don't see that changing, sadly.
I think Jamir just wants to see somebody mainstream. Yeah, I just want to see
it can happen. We gotta
mainstream, some pop, something that identify with us other than what we already got. Like you think Austin, immediately niggas say UT, niggas say University of Texas. That's not all we bout, bro. Fuck UT, bro.
But
that's not all we bout, bro.
Come on now.
But it's also
we not just all football heads. Niggas be thinking we really wearing cowboy hats and riding horses down here. Nah, we a big city, and we claim live country music city, like live music city, capital of the world. And I don't got nobody to put nobody on. Like somebody come through and they be like, "Hey, give me an Austin artist if y'all the live music city capital." Blank, blank, blank. All I can give is him. Then that's enough. That's not enough. That's only one person.
Yeah.
They can. I meet somebody from Cali. They putting me on all kind of dudes, underground dudes, mainstream dudes. They got a list that go this long. Don't say Atlanta's longer. Don't say New York is longer.
But
we can't fuck with them.
Okay, but think about that. Think about that. There's a reason that like you have to be bought in as a city for that. New York, they are bought in with that hip hop shit. Cali is bought in. Exactly. That's only
That's it.
So niggas need to get on that stage, live music band playing, and spit some shit.
We need to make that the culture here. Like, it ain't just saying it and it happen. It has to be the culture where we're all understanding, trying to achieve this goal, and we all get behind it.
And look, nothing wrong with having somebody mainstream. Like, if you hit it off, Tay, and you mainstream and you representing the city, that's great. That's awesome, right? I love that for you. But if he don't, I'm honestly content with just having. Look, I don't mind going and see live bands. I don't mind going and see live Tay. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes Austin. Like, there's just so many artists out there. And that's the thing that makes it different for us, bro. Like, we don't want to be like Houston. We don't want to be like Dallas. We don't even want to be like San Antonio. We just want to be us.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah.
We just want to be ATS.
Just ATS. Look. I'll take my beer and I'll hit up Mohawk. I'll hit up the Parish. Come and take it live. I'll hit up all that, bro. Just to see my shit.
That'll do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the conversations. We got to talk about sports, deep dive into some of our life, and finished it off with a little music.
We appreciate everybody checking us out. Feel free to like, share our videos, and also feel free to comment. We would like to hear from you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the City Boyz Podcast, and tune in for the next episode.
We out.